What I like about being a volunteer firefighter is the brotherhood. We are all so close. We get to go out and do things that we normally wouldn't get to do in our everyday life. We get to help people. We get to do a lot of training. The training is very fun, I think.
Why did I,
like I said,
decide to become a firefighter? I joined at the end of November. A lot of my friends were in it, and I thought it was a good chance for me to help the community. And quickly after I joined, I absolutely fell in love with it. You know, you meet a lot of good people, and you learn a whole lot while you're out. I've been on a couple calls so far, and it's just something that I'm glad I was able to volunteer for and basically give back to the community that I've lived in for almost my whole life.
I've been around about 10 years. I think the one thing I've gathered from all the years I've been around is the brotherhood and the friendship, just the camaraderie that you gather over the years. Obviously, I love helping the community, but above all, you gain some of the best friends you'll ever meet in your life, and you learn a lot of life lessons along the way. It teaches you how to be a better person overall.
About the fire service, I enjoy the brotherhood and making new friends with the guys in our department. They're all really great gentlemen. I think the best thing about the fire service is, you know, when you rescue somebody and you see them in public months later down the road and seeing that they're doing okay. I remember two different times. One time we cut a girl out of a car, and we got just a general fire alarm a few weeks later, and I found out that she lived when she showed up to the call with her dad to clear the fire alarm, and we got to see that she was doing okay. We did CPR on a gentleman one day, and I found out 6 months later that he lived, and I didn't know until it happened that he was. I didn't know for 6 months that he lived. So things like that really make you, glad at what you do.
I became a volunteer fireman because a lot of my friends were in it when I was growing up. I spent a lot of time at the fire hall. I noticed it was a lot of fun, hanging out. It's like a brotherhood. And then once you get into it, it's hard waking up in the middle of the night for the calls, but there's no greater feeling than 3 in the morning when you wake up and no one calls 911 because it's fun. They call because they need something. And there's no greater feeling in the world than helping somebody in their time of need.
Well, I feel I had the time to help the public and help the community, which I serve, and I've had time with my jobs to do it. I've been a volunteer for 55 years, and then I enjoy helping the department, helping the community, and doing things for the public.
I joined the department to help the community, and these days and times, it's a good opportunity to volunteer for something to help the community out.
So you've been at it for 46 years.
46 years. I come in actually following the footsteps of my father, my uncle, my cousin. They were all volunteer firemen. So I came in the early days, history of line officer. I did go corporate for a few years, and then after I retired from the sheriff's office, I come back as active. I'm currently an active firefighter, exterior firefighter, and a director on the board.
And why is it important to you?
To keep active for me, for something to do, and I know that the community needs this type of volunteer. If we weren't here, your taxes would go up, and it'd be all paid, and it just wouldn't be worth it.
Being a volunteer firefighter will open a tremendous amount of opportunities for someone. It could be related back to their job. There's quite a diversity of folks that they're going to get to meet over their time while being volunteer. There's training opportunities, skills to be learned. We're a great core group of companion friends that work together as a team, just like if you played football at school. We're all on the same team. We're out there to help people. So if that's a challenge you'd like, to go out and be able to help your neighbor or friends in your community, volunteering with the fire department is a great opportunity. As I've said before to you, Howard, there may be a chance even at your employment. There may be some job avenue or skill set that they need there. Maybe they need a safety person, and the skills that you learn through the volunteer fire service, through your education, you may be able to use at your employment. So it's just a great opportunity to work as a team, help your community, and we always have a good time.
I have been a volunteer firefighter for 35 years. Firefighting's been in my family. I had an uncle that was a career captain, retired from the city of Batavia Fire Department. My father was also what they call probationary firefighter for a year with the city of Batavia. And he also was one of the charter members of the town of Batavia Fire Department. So you could say it's in my blood, definitely. I enjoy camaraderie of being with all the guys, the excitement, community service that goes with it.
I mean, my dad was a past chief, and I always used to go down to the hall with him and just hang out, wash trucks, and I even went to some calls with him and sat in the truck and watched, so I just always wanted to do it, and once I turned 16, I realized that I could actually become a firefighter, so I put in an application and they voted me in. It's just a fun activity to do, hang out with people, Me and my dad, just a thing me and my dad always done together.